book lovers, welcome back to episode of Young Adult Edition. We are so excited because today we have not one, but two really big, amazing announcements, and we're actually going to get to know the co-hosts today. So I'm really excited. If you have questions for us, if you're joining us live, drop those down below. We'll get as many answered as possible while we are on air today. And we're going to do all the fun, fabulous things. I'm K.m. Robinson, author of Lions and Lambs, and I'm joined by my co-host, Elle Beaumont, authors of Hunter's Truce. And ready for announcement number one? Welcome our brand new co-host, Amber, our dual author of Dreamkeeper. Amber, we're so excited to have you.
Yay, thanks for having me. I'm so excited.
We always have the best time when the three of us hang out, so we figure, why wouldn't we have Amber on as another co-host? So you guys are the very first ones to know we are now a trio, and we cannot wait to do all the fun, fabulous things with you. So if you've got questions for any of us or all of us, drop those down below. We'll get your questions answered, because today we are meeting the co-hosts of Young Adult Edition, and we actually have one more announcement. Really excited for this one, but we're going to get to that in just a second, because first we're going to jump into our book world news and our new releases for the week. And Melanie's here saying it's so exciting. We've got a lot of really cool things for you, girl. We cannot wait. Amber, you actually have some book world news. Tell us about it.
Yes, Holly Black has moved her release date for The Queen of Nothing from January, I think it was the 7th, to November 19th. Give me right now.
I know. And she's from Massachusetts. It's awesome.
Yes.
Always exciting. Elle, you've got a little bit of news to share as well that might just have something to do with someone else on screen.
Oh, okay. I was like, what? Yeah, well, what's going on? Don't mind me, guys. It's been like 3 weeks since I've been on air. Don't mind me. So everybody is getting ready for a book fest that's coming up. And I don't actually know all about that information because Amber, our lovely co-host, is actually going to this with a few of her friends, and she can give you more information. But it's in New York, and it is super exciting because Amber's going to be there.
Amber, tell us all about BookCon.
Oh my gosh. So it's June 1st and 2nd at the, oh my God, I'm going to say this wrong, but Jarvis Convention Center. And it's going to be totally awesome. There's so many people going, like, I'm totally blanking on his name, but he played in How I Met Your Mother.
Neil Patrick Harris.
Yes.
I got the email on that.
He's going to be there. Holly Black is going to be there. Cassandra Clare. I don't want to stay at my own booth. I just want to go see everybody else.
We're all pretty jealous that you get to go hang out with all the fun, fabulous people. That is coming up in New York City. If you are local, if you can get yourself tickets, it is a great event to go to. I have friends that go every single year as authors, and they love the event. So make sure you go check it out and swing by Amber's table, because she's going to be there with her fabulous books and a couple of friends of hers. So you get access to all sorts of really cool things. If you do stop by, let her know that Young Adult Edition sent you, and give her a little love, snap some photos for us, and we might just show them on air if you send them in. Connie is joining us. Hey, girl, thanks for being here. We're really excited to see all of you, and we are bringing you our second big announcement in just a minute. But first, we need to jump into our new releases for the week. We've got, I think, over 40 books coming out this week, which we're so excited about. And there's all sorts of fun, fabulous things. And our new releases for this week are presented by the QD Bibliophile over on Instagram and on Facebook. She is so fantastic. Every single Monday, she drops new releases, not only for young adults, but also for paranormal and new adult as well, I believe. So she's got many different books that she drops for you in files and folders, in photos over on her Instagram and her Facebook page. So jump over to at the QD Bibliophile on social media and let her know Young Adult Edition sent you, and give her a big shout out for collecting all of these covers for us today. All right, are you guys ready? We are jumping into our second announcement. It is so good. I'm so excited for this one. And then we're jumping into getting to know our co-hosts. And if you came in a little bit late today on our live broadcast, you may have missed, we have a brand new co-host. Our duo is now a trio. Amber, our dual, is joining us, and we're so excited because now we are going to be premiering the Young Adult Edition podcast. You have been asking and asking. I've been getting so many direct messages about this one. And from this episode on, we are turning this into a weekly podcast after our live broadcast. So stay tuned. We're going to have lots of fun, fabulous things going on with both our live show and our podcast. And we'll give you more information in the coming weeks. But things are going to be good. And Connie is down in the comments giving a shout out. She is excited for Finale to be releasing this week. I've heard good things. I have the first book. I haven't started it yet, but it's on my to-do list. So give us a shout out. Which books are you most excited for this week? Let us know down in the comments, whether you are on our rebroadcast, or you are on Facebook or YouTube on our rebroadcast, or you're on the podcast that we're now starting with Young Adult Edition. We're going to jump in, and we are going to be getting to know our fabulous co-hosts now that we have a brand new person on our team. Wow, it's a little hard for me to talk. Sorry, guys. We've got a brand new person on our team. We're really excited to get to know all three of us, and we want to get to know you too. So as we put these questions up on the screen, we would love for you to also be answering them. So go ahead and jump in, and if you've got questions for us, do your best to stump us. We would love to hear your hard questions. And we're going to jump in right now and talk about our favorite books. So Amber, as our new girl, what's your favorite?
Oh, well, of course, I've beaten this horse to death, but The Winner's Curse trilogy by Marie Ratelski. I think I'm saying that right, I hope. But oh my gosh, the best books ever.
Elle, how about you?
Oh, again, everybody knows at this point. The Splintered series by A.G. Howard. And also her newest book, Stain, is very close. It's a different kind of writing, but it's tied with Splintered. It's amazing. It really is. Again, A.G. Howard.
I'm going to cheat just a little bit for mine because I have more than one favorite, and I'm allowed to because my show. I love the Sinner series by Abby Kettner and Missy Kalikiki. I adore Divergent by Veronica Roth, and big fan of Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. Let us know down in the comments, what are your favorite YA books or series? We would love to hear from you guys, and we actually want to jump in with more questions. But if you have questions for us, now's a great time to hit us with those down in the comments below. So ladies, we talked a little bit about our favorite books. Let's talk about our favorite genres. I obviously am a huge fan of fairy tale retellings, and dystopians are where my heart is at. So sci-fi tends to be kind of where I find my happy place. Elle, how about you?
Fantasy is definitely where I find my happy place. And also if it has kind of like a supernatural element to it, like werewolves, and I haven't read vampires in a while, and I'm not talking like Twilight vampires. Definitely fantasy. That is my go-to. Anytime I want to escape into a great book, it's fantasy.
Amber, how about you?
The same, fantasy, paranormal, but I like really dark stuff. So if it's like a light, fluffy tone, like
not so much for you.
No sparkles. No sparkles.
No, I think the blood, not the sparkles.
I think it's pretty safe to say we all kind of lean toward the darker side, but I feel like Amber has the darkest soul of all of us.
Yeah, definitely.
Ravendra is here. Hello. We're excited to see you guys. We are getting to know our co-hosts now that we have become a trio. So if you've got questions, if you've got comments for us, now is a great time to drop those down below. We're getting as many answered while we're on air as possible, and we would love to hear from you guys. So if you have questions, drop those now. So I want to change gears just a little bit, ladies, and I want to talk about our favorite places to read. So, Elle, are you one of those people that likes to sit on your bed to read? Do you like to sit on a chair by the window? What do you do?
So we have this huge sectional couch, and I have this special corner because it is where it like meets, and I can just like cozy into the cushions and kind of like disappear inside of them. And I usually curl up with one of my crocheted blankets, and I just kind of hide. I put my hood up, and I just kind of block out the world. That is my favorite spot in the house to read. I'm not particularly picky because like at night I'll do the same. I'll curl up in bed, I'll put my hood up, and I'll just do one of those.
So basically your favorite place is inside a hood.
Yeah, like I would totally be on board with like those nappy hoods, like those things that you just
Tighten it up to your eyes.
Yeah. Exactly.
I love it. All right, Amber, where do you like to read?
I like to read in bed, and then I use my husband as like a book stand. He has no idea. I told him once, and he was like, okay.
That's amazing. I love it. For me, I'm definitely laying down on the bed kind of a person as well. I like to be able to stretch out, and I use pillows to prop it up, or I tend to be an ebook reader. So I have a stand that my iPad is propped up on, and that makes it way easier for me to read, which I love. So let us know in the comments below. Are you someone who likes to lay down? Do you like to sit up? Do you like to be near a window? Do you like to use a person to prop up your book? Or are you someone who hides inside of a hood? Let us know down below. And Connie's here with a question for us. She wants to know what's next on your TBR. That's a hard question, Connie. Amber.
I just bought it, and I can't remember the name of it. But it's the second book of the Dragonbound duology by Chelsea Campbell. I'm really bad with names.
Got it.
Okay. Chelsea Campbell. It's the second Dragonbound book, and I loved it, and
Awesome. Elle, how about you?
Okay, I'm currently reading Stormcrow. So that's actually, yes. I'm currently reading Stormcrow. So that's like next on my like I'm in the process of reading that. And then, oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank on it. I think it's Ever Alice. I think that's what it is. It's an Alice in Wonderland retelling. I just got approved for an advanced copy of that. So that's going to be next. But I'm reading Stormcrow right now.
Fantastic. I am woefully behind on my books. I am really, really, really behind because I keep beta reading for my fabulous friends. And so next on my list, which has been on my list for a very long time, I'm so sorry, is Amber's book Dreamkeeper. Because I'm the worst and I haven't read it yet.
It's amazing.
I know. Everybody keeps saying the best things about it. And obviously I love Amber's work anyway. But I'm just the worst person. And I'm not getting it done. I'm sorry.
well, hey, just read all three of them at once.
I could. At the rate I'm going, I could. Oh, goodness. I have it loaded up. I'm like, the second I get free time, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. I haven't had free time. It's a problem. It's a life. Oh goodness. Speaking of interesting things with reading and not having time for, let's talk about our favorite book snacks, because that's one that people love to chat about. What do you like to eat while you're reading, or do you like to eat while you're reading, Elle?
See, typically I don't like to eat while I'm reading because when I'm reading, I'm totally devouring the book. Like that's what I'm eating at the moment is the book because I read so fast. Everybody that knows me and is like, hey, can you read this for me? I've read stuff for Amber. I've read stuff for you. It's like I read really fast. But if I'm half in the book, then I'm usually snacking on something chocolate because I'm a chocolate addict. I love Kit Kats. I love just bittersweet chocolate chips. I can snack on those. That's usually my editing thing is snacking on chocolate chips. Because I'm like, ooh. But yeah, anything chocolate. If I'm going to snack on something, it has to be anything chocolate.
Melanie's in the comments saying yay for chocolate. Amber, how about you? Do you snack while you read?
No, because, I'm in bed and I have my teeth brushed and everything, but I do the snacking when I'm editing. Does it count if I'm reading my own sad
Sure.
Drink the tears, eat the chocolate.
Nice. See, funny enough, I don't eat while I read or edit, so I'm not much of a help here, but I do have I formerly had a series on book snacks, so I would pair snacks with books. And so I always have like cute little things that go with some of my books and other people's books if you want to check those out on YouTube, friends. But I definitely don't eat while I am working on things like that. We've got a lot of questions coming in, and a lot of people are jumping in to weigh on where they typically read. Melanie says, I read anywhere, and usually it's on her phone. And Connie says she has a special chase in her bedroom that is decorated with bookish pillows. Yes, girl. Yes. Love bookish pillows. Ravendra is in the comments, and he says, do you prefer ebook, paperback, or audiobook? So for me, I tend to go ebook just because it's easier. I do a lot of traveling. I read really, really fast. And so when I used to take it places with me, I would finish a book and then have nothing. And so when I had my iPad with me, I had a bunch of books and I was always good. And it makes it easier because I don't actually have to hold it up because I've got some wrist things going on. So I love me some ebooks, even though I've got this giant shelf full of fabulous books. Amber, how about you?
Preference-wise, I like hardcover because I like to do like the corners while I'm reading. I like to like that with the edges. I don't know. It's soothing to my finger. Not like
okay, I was like you're talking about turning. I was like, oh yeah, like
it's like a soothing thing.
I knew what you were talking about. So the people on the podcast right now, she's not talking about bending the corners over. What she's doing is running her finger along the pages so they kind of wave under her finger as she goes, just so you know what we're chatting about.
Yeah, you scared me there for a minute. I'm like, please don't bend
do not dog your books.
Sacrilege. Like
Elle, how about you?
I actually prefer paperback. I have a very difficult time with hardbacks because I don't like the jackets getting destroyed, and between kids and the kids throwing my books, sometimes, trust me, they know not to, but they're kids. I'm a perfectionist, and it makes me cringe when the jacket gets destroyed. So I love listening to audiobooks while I'm cleaning or making candles, because I like listening to music or something while I'm doing that. And having an audiobook going is something I enjoy. But I would say that ultimately, an ebook I like too. That's where I get most of my arcs from. But ultimately, it comes down to paperback and audiobook.
Awesome. Ravendra is also in the comments saying, do you stick to your TBR list? Amber, do you?
No. That thing is growing. Like, but then new books come out that I'm like, yes. Or it's part of a series and then they get pushed, you know.
Elle?
No, I kind of swap it around. If you look at my bookshelf, and for those of you who are listening to the podcast, you'll see later where to find me. But for those of you who know me, you know I have this giant teal bookshelf, and almost all of those are on my TBR list. So I pull from that. I try to do like an arc and then pull from my physical and then pull from like my TBR on my e-reader. And then I have so many TBRs. Okay. I have my audio, my audio, my arc, my physical, and just things that I've bought like in the past that are on my e-reader. So I just keep circling through everything. Like, what kind of mood am I in today?
See, my TBR is like many years old. I have not finished my favorite series yet, and they dropped their third book like a year and a half ago. Surprise, like as a surprise. Haven't finished it yet because I'm either writing a book or I'm beta reading a book for one of my author friends. So I don't stick to my TBR because I don't even attempt to do my TBR because I'm so busy. So much fun. Connie is saying audiobooks are amazing for doing chores and while driving. And Melanie says I read ebooks because I can read them and not worry about my boys destroying the physical books. Exactly. The nice thing about ebooks is people cannot destroy them on you. All right. We want to shift gears just a little bit as we're chatting because we are getting to know our new co-host today. If you guys did not jump in for the beginning of our show, Amber Duell has joined us as a brand new co-host, and we are now creating the Young Adult Edition podcast happening from this episode on. And we are getting to know our co-hosts today. And so we want to chat just a little bit about how the three of us actually met, because it's a rather interesting story. And we've been friends for what, two and a half years now?
A long time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Long time. Because I've been an author for 2 years now, and we met before my first book came out. So like 2.5 years we've been friends now. So Amber, how did we meet?
Abby Reed had the Serendipity tour that we were both on, and we just got to know each other through that.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. It was a book tour where we made custom blend teas for all of our different debut books. It was all debut authors, I believe. And we had a great time, and we got to hang out afterwards and have lots of fun. And then we dragged the two of you together. Elle, how did that happen?
It was for Fragile Chaos release party, I think, or maybe even before then. It was some kind of release party, because how me and Amber got hooked up was that we were in the comments of something, and we shared so many interests that were the same. We love Morpheus. We love the Darkling. We shipped the Darkling with Alina. We hated Mal. We hated Jeb. We ended up bonding over this, and then we ended up kind of like continuing the communication, chiming in. I would help because I'm the helpful girl that way, and the rest they say is history.
Yes.
So we all have a very interesting connection. We've been friends for a couple of years now. And of course, Amber is a good friend of ours here on Young Adult Edition. And so it was only natural that we pulled her in as our brand new co-host. And if you're joining us, we are getting to know our co-host today. So if you've got questions for us, now is a great time to drop. And we're going to be wrapping it up not too far away from now. So if you've got something for us, now is a great time to drop that. And we do want to get to know each other just a little bit better. So for those of you who are new to us, or maybe you are just finding our podcast and you haven't seen our live broadcast over on facebook.com/k.m.robinson books, where we are live every single Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern, so you can actually see our faces on screen. We do want to tell you just a little bit about us. So let's chat about what it is that we actually write. Amber, you want to jump in and go first?
I write young adult fantasy. My first one, Fragile Chaos, was fantasy romance. My new one is dark fantasy, and I'm working on a paranormal mystery, but all young adult dark fantasy like.
Fantastic. Elle.
I write young adult retellings, fantasy, supernatural, and venturing into some sci-fi, all that good stuff.
Which makes me happy, of course, because I like my sci-fi.
Well, it was a challenge that you gave me, and I'm trying to deliver on that challenge.
I don't remember when I give these things, but hey, good for me. For those of you that don't know me, I'm K.M. Robinson, and I write retellings. I write sci-fi and fantasy. I have mermaid books. I do steampunk and cyberpunk, but a lot of them are fairy tale retellings where they have very fairy tale-like qualities to what I write. They tend to be the kind that leave you in a little bit of an emotional wreck. I've actually had emotional support groups made from my books. So lots of fun there. If you read me, I'm mean and you need tissues. I'm just saying. So let us know if you're an author joining us live. What kind of things do you write? And if you are a fan, what would you like to see the three of us write? We are getting to know our fabulous co-host today. We talked a little bit about who we are, what we write, what we do, how we came to know each other, some of our bookish favorites. But I do want to chat a little bit about our author lives as well. So ladies, what has been your best author experience? Elle, let's go to you.
Really? Just have to jump to me? Because
I'll go to me first. We'll go me first, and you girls can think. My best author experience has definitely been things like hearing from fans yelling at me when I'm mean to my characters. I love getting fan art. But if I had to narrow it down to one single experience, I actually really loved going to a convention back in February. I was part of Mermagicon, and people actually recognized me out in the hallway and came over to talk to me. So I think that was kind of like the cool author moment when people started to recognize me as an author in public without me saying anything to them. So I kind of like that. That was a lot of fun. Elle, did you think of something?
I did. So actually, one of my favorite things, I've had quite a bit of experience with some fans, and hearing that my stories helped them escape when they needed to escape, and that it was genuinely fun, and it was something that they needed that particular time. I think that is one of my highlights in my young author experience.
Amber, how about you?
When I had my first solo book signing and people came up and just like the dazed look in their eyes, like, wow, a real author. And I was like, oh, well, that's me.
That's so much fun. I love it. But that actually does bring a good question. How long has everybody been writing? I've been an author for just a little over 2 years now since my debut novel came out. Amber, you're pretty similar too, right?
Yeah. Yep. Ours came out about the same time.
Yeah. And Elle, you are a little bit on the newer side to the author world. How long have you been in it?
I'm a baby. It's been almost exactly a year since. It's not quite a year. I forgot when our Of the Deep anthology came out. May something.
Yeah, it was May.
Because we did the mermaid thing together.
Yeah, we did. Back in the day, guys, we actually did a mermaid anthology. All three of us were a part of it with another fabulous author. And if you want to check out our stories, you can go to ofthedeep.crescentseapublishing.com. It's free in ebook form. You can read our mermaid stories and get to know us and how we write.
But it was the three of us, which was awesome. You know, the three of us right here, right now, like that. Yeah. So, but yeah, that was my debut as an author, and I have 2 stories in there, and I forgot what day it came out. I want to say it was like around the 12th or something, maybe. Who knows? That was a year ago. Like
it was last May because we did Mermay, which is a month celebrating mermaids. Lots of fun. If you have not looked up #Mermay on Instagram, jump in there. There's a lot of great artwork and a lot of great professional mermaids and mermaid authors jumping in on the hashtag. Connie's in the comments saying, I love that anthology. We're so glad that you enjoyed that, Connie. We had a lot of fun creating that one. Lots of good stories in there. Lots of range in the stories as well. All right. If you guys have questions, if you have comments, now is a great time. We do want to hear from you. Let us know what you are excited to see on Young Adult Edition in the coming weeks. For those of you on our podcast, this is a live broadcast show Mondays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is 10 a.m. New York, 7 a.m. Pacific LA time, which is where I was going with that. You can come join us while we're live on air on Facebook.com/k.m.robinson books every single week. We bring on new authors and bookish people. We do interviews. We talk to all sorts of people. We've hung out with people like A.G. Howard and Caitlin Josephson and Sarah K.L. Wilson and a whole bunch of fabulous authors. We also have some great celebrities outside of the book world who are somewhat connected to the book world on the show as well. And you can come join us live and ask your questions and interact while we're still on air. We would love to hear from you. Or you can watch the rebroadcast on Facebook or on YouTube. And now you can get it in podcast form as well. So we would love to hear from you. What authors or bookish people would you love to see on the show? Tag them down in the comments below and specifically tell us why you want to see them on air so that when you tag them, it's not just a random tag. They actually know what is going on in the show and why you are tagging them. We'll do our best to get them on air with us on an upcoming episode. We would love to hear from you guys. Now, we are going to wrap up for today because we have spent our day getting to know our brand new co-host and our current co-hosts. We're having all sorts of fun, and we cannot wait to share with you what's coming up in the next couple of weeks. We've got some great interviews. We've got some fantastic people coming on and some great topics that we're going to be discussing, and we cannot wait to share that with you. But for now, we're going to stay a little on the secret side because we have big things coming, so stay tuned. And before we go, I do want to let everyone know where they can find everyone. So, Elle, tell us where they can find you.
You can find me at lbeaumontbooks.com. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook. Yeah, Facebook at Beaumont Books. You can find me on Twitter at Beaumont, and you can also find me on YouTube for unboxings, fun book tags, and all that stuff at Beaumont. And yeah, that is it.
Amber, where can everybody find you?
My website is amberrduel.com. I'm on Twitter, amberr_duel, and Instagram, amberrduel.
And we've got you on Facebook as well as Amber R. Duel author. You can check that out.
I'm not on there a lot, so.
You should be. You will be, because now you're a co-host and it's mandatory.
Yeah. It's part of the contract. You just don't know that. You haven't signed it yet, but no.
Terms of service on the website. We're good. We got it. And I'm K.m. Robinson, and you can come hang out with me at k.m.robinsonbooks.com and at k.m.robinsonbooks on facebook.com/k.m.robinson, which if you're live with me, something just glitched. Sorry, guys. If you are live with me, it's not .com at the end of my handle. It's just at K.m. Robinson Books on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, IGTV, and YouTube. We're bringing you brand new content. I've got some brand new author series coming out, and we're debuting some brand new stuff in our world portals as well. So stay tuned for those. Big things are happening. And of course, you can join us every Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, live right here on facebook.com/k.m.robinsonbooks. And as always, you can catch our replays on Facebook and YouTube. And you can now find our podcast on every major platform. We're not sure which day it's going to debut yet, because this is our first episode that we're recording, and we then have to turn it into the podcast and then get it up on the podcasting sites. So we'll have more information on that for you next week. But big things are happening as we expand our young adult edition platform, and we can't wait for you to join us for all of the fun. We will see you guys again next week. Until then, have a great day and stay inspired. Bye-bye.